Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, my name is Sheila. I'm so happy to have you here. And welcome to another productive work day in my life. This is my first work day vlog in my new office space, which I love it so much. I'm probably just going to talk about how much I love it for a while until the novelty runs off. But I just posted a video where I kind of show how I reorganized this space and all of that, because if you've been around and have seen previous videos, you might recognize the blue walls, but you might not recognize me working in a blue wall area. So my office used to be in the other room and it had this dark red wallpaper, which let's just leave it at that. It was not very inspiring or motivating for me, and I just had a lot of issues focusing in there. And now that I'm over in this little corner with the blue and the off-whites and the whites, I just feel like this is so much more my space, and it's so much more calming and inspiring and motivating for me, and I am just loving it here so far. I've already been working here for a week, officially a week, and I've just been able to get so much more done. I love it so much. So yeah, that's my new workspace. I thought today I would do a work day in my life because there are some exciting things going on today. Really a lot of exciting things happening this week. I'm going to be doing a lot of vlogging this week as well and take you along with all the excitement. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit the subscribe button and join our little community here and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video. But yeah, today is a day job, work from home day. I have already kind of checked my email and did a little bit of planning. So Mondays really are, for my day job at least, when I kind of ease into the day, take things easy, and really just take the first few hours to check my emails and plan out the week. So a lot of my work depends on emails because I do a lot of research for people, so I have to kind of make sure I'm on top of my emails and kind of create a to-do list from the emails. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. I have a lot of emails. I opened up my inbox and I have a ton of requests, like research requests is really what I work on, that I need to kind of go through and add those to my Airtable, to my spreadsheet, and put them into my calendar so I know when to work on them. So working from home is really good to help me like plan out and structure my day and weeks. And then when I actually go into the archives, into the office and work, then I just kind of like know what I need to do and get stuff done. So that's been really working for me. And that's kind of just what I'm doing today, at least this morning. And then if there's any emails that I can answer, I'll reply to them and see if my boss needs anything, check in with my assistants and stuff. So that's really what I'm going to do now. I already kind of laid out the foundation of things that I carried over from last week. So that's another thing that I do a lot, is if a lot of stuff doesn't get done the week before, I just carry it over into the next week. So I kind of already laid out my week in terms of carrying over stuff from the previous week, and now I need to kind of plan out any new inquiries and emails and tasks that have come in to my inbox. I'm expecting a package today, so we'll do a little unboxing of that. I'm going to IKEA this afternoon I need to do some shopping for one of my photography shoots that I have next week, so that's always exciting. I also need to get a few, I'm gonna pick up a few like home things at IKEA that I just have been adding to my list in my head of like, oh, I could pick up one of those since I don't go to IKEA very often. So that's kind of the game plan for this video, which is very exciting. But for now, I'm going to just plug away and work and plan and get through the first half of my workday, and then I will check in later. So I just checked my like personal email. I'm taking a little bit of a break, and I am subscribed to the Anti-Racism Daily Newsletter, which is totally free and amazing if you are trying to be a better anti-racist and ally. You get either weekly or daily emails addressing different topics surrounding race, but also gender, sexuality, all of those intersecting things of life. So today's email was about addressing anti-Asian hate crimes, which is just very important to continue to talk about, especially now with COVID-19. Being Asian, we are more at risk for experiencing hate crimes and racism. I myself have obviously experienced racism in my entire life, but also very recently and experienced racial trauma. And it's a terrible thing to experience. But one thing I wanted to share is a resource that was in today's email. It's this website called Stop Asian American Pacific Islander Hate.org or Stop AAPI Hate.org. And you can actually, if you identify as Asian American Pacific Islander, you can come on here and actually report a hate crime or a hate incident, and you can pick your language. So I was like, okay, I explored this, and it takes you to a type form, and you can come on here and report what has happened to you. So me being me and thinking, because I experienced something recently within the past, it was like last summer, like right when I moved to where I am right now. I moved to a new city, and I experienced some racism not too far from my house in a shopping, like in my car, but in traffic by a shopping center. So I was like, I'm going to read through these questions and see if my incident is like worthy of reporting, because that's another, I think, thing we experience, people of color, Black folks, Indigenous people. We may struggle with thinking that something that's happened to us isn't bad enough or isn't worthy of reporting. So I wanted to go through these and just see what the questions are, but you can put when the incident was, the type of incidents, and they have all these different options, but you can also put other. And I instantly felt seen because the one that I would put would be verbal harassment or name calling. The person called me something while I was in traffic. And then you can also put, it'll take me to the next one. So then you can also put what specific parts of your identity were targeted in this incident. So besides race, there are other things such as your ethnicity, gender, sexuality, language, religion, food. So for me, I would put race and gender because I was also targeted as a female in that regard, and as well as my race. And I went through all the questions and was just like, wow, okay, what I experienced was a hate incident, and it doesn't matter if it was worse than that or less than that, it still was something that happened to me, and it's worth talking about and reporting and sharing. So I just wanted to share this website and also the Anti-Racism Daily Newsletter. I will put these resources down below if you're interested in learning more about doing anti-racism work, being a better ally, and all of that. And if you are Asian American, Pacific Islander, identify as that, I hope this resource can be helpful for you. But yeah, I just wanted to share this because it's on my heart.
So I ordered this book from Harriet's Bookshop, which is a local Black-owned bookstore in Philly. I haven't been able to get to the bookstore just because it's on a side of the city that is very far from me, so it's quite the trip, but one day I will get to the store. But I wanted to buy this, at least from their online store. But I wanted to at least order a book from them this month, and also, since it's Black History Month, I really want to honor Black history and Black people and African American history in the United States specifically, and this book was recommended to me by Harriet's Bookshop, actually. I think, yeah, I got an email from them and they had this on, I think they featured it in the email or it was on a book list on their website, so I ended up checking it out on Goodreads and was like, this is something I think will be very interesting for me to read, because it's about Black women, specifically in Philadelphia and New York in the early 20th century, and how they learned to live a free life, what a free life actually means to a young Black woman. And it's really interesting. I think it explores different themes of sex and sexuality. So I'm really interested to read about these different women in here. And there's also pictures, which I love. There was a graph. And yeah. So one thing I'm going to do is a new kind of video that's similar to a reading vlog, but it's like a study with me vlog, a non-academic study vlog where I just read a nonfiction and kind of share the lessons or takeaways from it. So I think I'm going to do a study with me with this book, which I think will be super fun because I have been out of school for a really long time and I've always loved taking notes and learning. I just didn't like the assessment part of it. So I think that'll be a fun little vlog. Let me know if that's something that you are excited to see, and let me know if you've read this book or want to read this book. I think this is a good read for this month, but not just this month. Just we should be learning about Black history all year long, but this month is definitely a time to really immerse ourselves in Black history and also talk about it with others and have those conversations. So excited for this. Alright, so I just wrapped up work for the day and we're going to head to IKEA, but I wanted to make sure that the frames I want are there, so I'm just double checking on the website, and yes, they are. So I'm gonna try and get this light brown Havsta frame in two sizes, the 12 by 16, but also in 5 by 7. So I'm gonna have to pick up, I think, I'm planning to get 3 of the 12 by 16 and 3 of the 5 by 7 ones, and I also wanted to get some other stuff. I wanted to get a basket. I wanted this basket specifically, but they don't have it at my IKEA, so I'm gonna see if there's other options that might work. And then I also just wanted to get some random house things, like a wooden spoon and whatever else I can find. So that's really the mission for IKEA, is really getting those frames. And I don't know, ooh, maybe I need to get baby's breath too. I think that's also on my list. There's the basket that I want, and here are I really like this hanging flower pot. Maybe I'll get that. We'll see. It is a little while later. IKEA was definitely a success. When we got back from IKEA, I worked out and I am so sore. I did a Chloe Ting workout
and I'm like just starting my like Chloe Ting journey, and wow, my legs are jello. And I did like a low impact workout. But side note, basically I'm saying that I just want to call it a night, end this video, and go to bed soon. But anyway, so I got the frames that I went there specifically for, which I'm very excited about. I got the Hofsta in birch, and this is the size 12 and a fourth by 16 and a fourth, or 12 by 16. So I got 3 of these, and then I got 3 of the also Hofsta, but the smaller ones that are 5 by 7. So my client has prints that will fit nicely in here with the mat around it, and then she also has smaller postcards that will fit horizontal in these smaller ones. So the whole idea is a like gallery wall, and I'm gonna be vlogging that when I do that shoot, so get excited for that. But that was kind of the whole like focus for the shoot, so I wanted to really make sure I got those frames. I got some artificial baby's breath that is in a long stem, which will be very useful to put like in a vase. I already have a vase that we've already used for her previous shoots, and this was I think like $2.99 or something, or it was very, very affordable. The frames also, the large frames were $9.99 and the smaller frames were $3.99. I'll link all of the things down below if you're interested in any of these for like your personal self. So the good news is I found the basket that I wanted. I showed you it earlier, and it said that it wasn't in stock at my IKEA, but they had it there, so I ended up getting it. I think it is $9.99. But I like see this everywhere, or like on Pinterest at least. I'm seeing these like seagrass baskets, and this one folds up. I haven't like folded the sides up yet because I'm scared, but how do I even do it? So yeah, the inside folds up like this, and then it's just very cute for like room decor. You can, I mean, practical as well. It is pretty deep. So I could probably use this like after the shoot, but I wanted this for the shoot with the gallery wall to put like a blanket in, or some kind of just textile or fabric to give off a very cozy, minimal, homey vibe. So I'm very excited that I was able to find the basket I was looking for. And that covers the stuff that I got for my client. I did pick up some other home things, such as very basic. I got a sheet set, and this was $12.99, and I got a full size. We have a full size bed, and we got a fitted sheet, a regular sheet, I don't even know what you call those, fitted sheet, flat sheet, that's what they're called, and then 2 pillowcases because we need more flat sheets, so I figured just get a set instead of buying it individually, and we saved money on that. These were $12.99, so I'll also link these below if I can find them. They have other colors and they're sheet sets. I've never tried IKEA sheets, so we'll see how those go. And then the other things I got, I will show a cutaway of them because they're downstairs in the kitchen. I didn't want to bring them up here to film them, but I got this cute little planter pot for my tropical plant Winston. So I think he'll fit in there, but I've had him for years and never got him a proper pot. He's just been in the same plastic pot that I bought him with because I am just a bad plant mom and kind of lazy. So I was in the plant section anyway, and then I saw some of the pots and I was like, you know, since I'm here and I have some money in my home budget, let me just find a pot for Winston. So I'm excited to get him transplanted into his new home. I think he'll definitely fit in there. I also got some bowls, like bigger, they're not serving bowls, just bigger bowls, because George and I wanted a big, like larger, taller bowls to hold like noodles and like stir fry. So we got those. And I just got 2 wooden utensils, like a wooden spoon and a wooden fork. And I think that's it for the IKEA stuff. I also forgot to mention this morning that I invested in a French press and I am loving it so far. I was doing the dishes before I came up here and I was cleaning it and I was like, I am so excited to make my coffee tomorrow morning. I've been wanting a French press for a while, but I just haven't like bought one, so I ended up getting one. I'll link it down below. It had really good reviews and it's this really pretty like copper color that looks rose gold, so it looks more expensive than it actually is, and I'm loving it so far. I've used it twice. My coffee's come out great. I never used a French press before. It came with really easy to read instructions on how to make like a French press coffee, and I feel like it was good for a newbie like me. I'm really loving that. I'll link it down below if you want to check that out. And I think that's it for this video. It's been a fun day. I'm very excited for the rest of the week. I didn't share my like schedule or what's going on this week because I just didn't have time to do it, but I am gonna be vlogging again later this week. I'm gonna do a unboxing of sorts. I'm getting something else in the mail this week. I will leave it as a surprise until then. If you've seen my February goals video, you might know what it is. Feel free to leave a guess down below what you think I have coming in the mail, but I'm super excited for it, and it's just really it's gonna be epic. I'll leave it at that. So more vlogs are coming and I'm super excited, and I also have a February goals progress video going up next week as well. As per usual, I always do those halfway through the month, so if you have not already subscribed and you are liking this video so far and you want to see more work with me vlogs, planning videos, getting stuff done, hit the subscribe button and let's become friends and hang out. And make sure to like this video if you haven't already, because that will help me so much. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!